What's up, guys? Shadow West16 here. Welcome to a room in my house. Gonna be talking about, I don't know what made me think of this. I think it was somebody mentioned they had a dream, and it was something scary. So it made me think of my dad's house. So I told you in the last video, if you watched it, that I moved back in with my dad after going to Florida, and it is so quiet in this room. I'm literally recording this video at like 2 in the morning. It's like 2 in the morning right now. So I just went into a room in my house by myself and recorded a video. Okay. Sorry, the video quality is bad. I'm literally doing this on an iPad right now, which not the best camera. So, either way, somebody's talking about something scary, and it made me think of my dad's house. I'm not somebody who believes in ghosts or any of that stuff, but it's more of like yeah, I've never seen it. Yeah, I don't know. It just doesn't add up to me. So I'd have to physically see something for me to be like, okay, and then it'd have to be like definitive, not just like, oh, maybe. No, it'd have to be set in stone, 100%. So, but my dad's house, it's very weird. It's a very, very old house. I think built in, I don't even know, a long time ago. Even to the point to where I think my grandma grew up in that house. So a good while. Definitely before 1900, I would think. Yeah. So, needless to say, a lot of weird stuff happened in my dad's house. I'm going to try and think of all of the things that happened there off the top of my head, and also not make it a 9-hour video. This is back when I was like 19, 18 or whatever, and got back from Florida, living there. It got so bad to where the point to where my friends did not want to come over to stay at my house anymore, because it just... Alright, let me think of one time. Me, my friend Bob, my friend Josh, were hanging out, whatever, I don't know, whatever kids do. That's what we were doing. And I wake up, there's a couch in my room, there's a bed in my room, like king-size bed. I had fallen asleep on the bed, and I wake up, and my friend Bob is leaning over the bed staring at my door. My door's closed. My door's closed. And I'm like, what are you doing? And I'm a very light sleeper, so like I said, he leans over, and I obviously instantly wake up. I'm a light sleeper. What are you doing? He goes, listen. What? And he literally interrupted me. I was kind of mad, but it's okay. He's like, listen, and you hear like these banging sounds. Like, we're upstairs, so you come in the door, you go upstairs, and then there's like 3 or 4 rooms in there, and then like we're in one of them. That was my room. So, it's like banging. And me, like I said, since I don't believe in it, I don't really get spooked by things, I literally walk over, open the door, the noise completely stops. Just done. And that, you would think that would be like a good thing, but it wasn't. In my head, that actually like I still get creeped out, like things are still like, oh, that's weird, you get like cold chills and all that stuff, but I'm never actually scared, like, of the unknown, I guess. I'm more curious than scared, but either way, so it stops. Close it, I wake up like 10 minutes later, and now I wake up to it, and I'm like, seriously? So I just walk over to the door and stand there, and it doesn't stop. And then I open the door again, then it stops. So either way, I don't think we ever figured out what that was. But the fear in my friend Bob's face and actions like started to like creep on to me a bit. Like he was so scared, I was like almost like I had to be scared for him. It's already 4 minutes in this video. I've only gone through one story, my God. So bear with me. I'm going to try and get through these as quick as possible. So either way, so me and my friends, I don't know, like I said, we weren't really scared of that stuff. My friend Bob kind of was, but So we would do stuff like we would watch like a Paranormal Activity movie, and we would like open the door to my room, and we would like turn off all the lights and make it like completely silent in the whole house. Then we would like watch that. We would just do dumb stuff to try and, I don't know what the word is, either way. So we're watching it, and then all of a sudden, it could have been a draft, could have been whatever, but like my door was closed at the time of this instance happening, and it slowly opens. And, you know, like I said, could have been whatever, it's an old house. It slowly opens, and then all of a sudden my computer screen that's right next to my door turns on. Is it possible, you know, the wind moved the mouse or something? But it's set in sleep mode, so you have to press a button or move the mouse to get it to turn on. It doesn't just usually automatically come out of sleep mode unless you do that. So we're watching that, you know, we're trying to provoke, you know, our head, I guess, because I don't think it's like something specific, but provoke ourselves to, you know, see something happen. And sure enough, like something weird happens. And these things started to happen like every single time we were together. And, you know, one occurrence, two occurrence, it's whatever. But like I was never scared. It was just, that's not me sounding tough. I'm just not. Like, did it creep me out? You know, you get cold chills, you get that adrenaline rush. Yeah, absolutely. But like, was I like scared? No. I actually wanted, I don't know. I'm not going to say like I wanted to see what it was. Because I don't necessarily want to see something if it is real. But, oh my god. Smite's music is playing in the living room, and I just started hearing, like, if you play Smite, that, like, chanting in the background, because I'm just sitting in a room. Oh, my god. See, like, right there. Like, got that adrenaline rush. But, another instance. So those type of things happened every time my friends came over, every time. When I was by myself, never happened. Sitting in my room playing games, and I have one of those white roll-down blinds, like you pull them down, they lock in place or whatever. You know whatever those are. And it all of a sudden shoots up. It's down, it's locked, whatever it is, and all of a sudden it just shoots up to the top. So I immediately walk over to it, pull it down back where it was, and I sit there for like 5 full minutes, waiting, and nothing. Those things don't just, I don't know, they don't just shoot back up. It's never happened, ever. I had 3 other ones, never happened, just happened at one time. Could have been a coincidence. Could not be. I don't know. Like I said, I don't believe in it, but it's weird things happen at my dad's house. So either way, was my dad's house haunted? I don't know. I don't know if haunting is real, but, you know, if there was a house that had instances where you could consider it haunted, my dad's would be up there. It was weird. It was weird. I feel like if Maria woke up right now, she would do something like she could hear me making this video and she would like slam on this door. Just like waiting for it. It's almost like, nah, it's okay. 8 minutes in, good God. So, another time, this is where it starts to get like weirder, is when me and my dad don't communicate about this at all. Me and my dad basically just have, you know, hey, what's up conversation, that's about it. We don't really talk about, oh, hey, I heard noises the other day. No. So he starts to mention things. And my dad's the same way as me, except maybe even worse, just like, doesn't care, hears a noise, whatever, doesn't bother him at all. So my dad is like, I was over at Maria's, I was somewhere, and I think it was, no, yeah, I was over at Maria's, I was somewhere, I was just not at the house, and he's like, who was at the house, you know, last night? And I was like, nobody. And he's like, well, somebody was upstairs. And I was like, no, none of my friends would go to my house without me there. They just know not to, I mean, so, no. And he's like, I'm telling you, there was somebody up there. And I was like, oh. And everybody just got cold chills right there. You know you did. Like I did, I think. A little bit. So he's like, yeah, no, there was somebody up there. Oh, that's good. Granted, I have an attic I've never been in. Don't want to ever go up there. It's I don't know, it's just weird. Never been up there. So stuff like, and then that would happen like multiple times. My dad would say that. So, weird. Yeah, weird. And then I come downstairs one day. My dad's not home at the time, so my dad is gone. My dad left for the morning. And we have a family picture. Now I'm going to try and describe this as accurately as I can so you kind of get a visual. It's in the middle of the living room. The picture is in the middle of the middle of the living room on the floor face down. So that immediately sets off an alarm to me. Why is our family picture on the ground? But then it starts to alarm me because the way the picture was hung is two screws on each far side of so fingers here. Good God. So it's here and here, screws on each side, and then the screws are connected to a wire. My God, I'm doing this pretty good. The wire, so the wire goes like this, and then the middle of the wire hangs on a hook, right? So it hangs on a hook, and that's how it stays up. So for it to somehow get knocked off or fall off my wall, either you would think one of the screws would need to come out, which would be unrealistic because it's a screw. Screws don't really come out. So a screw would need to come out, or that's it. I mean, it needs to, so it's on a hook. It needs to come up, off, and then fall. So I'm sitting here, I'm staring at it, and I'm a very rational person, so I'm trying to rationalize this in my head. So I leave it there. I wait. Don't worry, nothing happens. It doesn't like end up back up there. It's not that crazy. My dad comes home and I'm like, You been gone all day? Yep. First thing he says, why is a picture on the ground? I said, that's what I'm saying. It was like this when I came downstairs. And then so I explained it to him. I'm like, how would this end up on the ground? He's like, you got me. I don't know. So we're just like, we laughed about it a little bit, put it back up, whatever. Nothing ever happened with it again. Just weird stuff like that. So things like that happen. And then my dad's girlfriend, Karen, randomly says to us one night, me and my dad have this inside joke, we understand it. We're like, yeah, something's in the house, whatever. Doesn't bother us, whatever. It just doesn't bother us. We're just, whatever, we understand weird stuff happens at the house, we get over it, move on with our lives. My dad's girlfriend, Karen, tells me this story when we were having dinner, and she's like, my dad, Richie, was in the tub or something, so he's in the bathroom, and she's down in the basement, because that's where our laundry is. She's doing laundry, and all of a sudden, she says she hears something say, what are you doing? Or somebody says, like, what are you doing, in like a whisper voice. Got cold chills again. I know you did. Something says, what are you doing? She replies, like, what? And then, like, goes upstairs. My dad's still in the tub. Everybody just got cold chills. Just leave a like for getting cold chills, because you know what's happening if you're still watching this video after 13 minutes. So she tells me that, and she's like, this is so weird. Like, how many more coincidences can it be? I didn't tell her about what happened with my dad. My dad's like, I didn't tell her. So it's just like coincidence after coincidence. And you would think by then it would be like, okay, it would convince you, like, that stuff's real. But it still doesn't to me. I don't want to see it if it is real, because then, I don't know, it's just gross. I don't know. I don't need ghosts or whatever. I don't know. I don't care. So, that, and then one of the couple times Maria's over, I'm upstairs. There's so many stories. This is ridiculous. Maria's downstairs, and I'm upstairs. She's getting food, or she's doing something. She goes to the bathroom, and then my God, she walks out of the bathroom, and she hears like a heh laugh. Kind of like a joking laugh, like I would do. I don't know, just like a fake laugh. And she like yells babe or something, and I like yell back down like, yeah. And she's like, were you just down here? And I was like, oh yeah, like just kidding. And she's like, no, seriously. And I was like, no, I've been up here. So she tells me that, and I'm like, my God. And then as she walks through the door to like to go to the upstairs, like the door that's next to it is like a closet, kind of just like shuts that happens sometimes, so I think that's just the house being weird. But it was like slightly open and it's shut. It's just weird stuff like that. And then I'm going to end off on like one more story, because I don't want people listening to me talk for 20 minutes unless you want that. I don't know. I just haven't done a vlog, and I was thinking about scary stuff. So I was like, I'm going to document all the stuff that happened in my house in case I get older and don't remember this, so I can watch this and then just be creeped out again. My friend Bob's over. You know, we're hanging out. I go to brush my teeth because, you know, we're going to head to sleep or something. And we got the TV on, and he says, don't. Like, he kind of, like says it. And I'm like, brush my teeth, so I'm like, what? And he's like, yo. And I'm like, what? He's like, did you just come in here? I said, no. He's like, no, seriously. And I was like, no, I didn't go in there. And he's like, something just grabbed my foot like 3 times. Nothing in the house, no pets in the house. Well, the pets are downstairs, but it wasn't a pet. And I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, grab my foot. I pulled it away. Grabbed my foot. Like, it felt like a grab. Not like a pull, but like a grab. And I pulled it away, and then I said, stop. And then it stopped. And then you yelled from the other room. I'm like, well, that's creepy. My God. And then, so we sit in bed, and we're just kind of sitting there, like, kind of laughing about it, kind of just like, you know, like that scared laugh type thing. So he's, you know, he's kind of freaking out, but, you know, whatever. And my TV's on, the surround sound's on, and it's on just like normal volume, and all of a sudden, my TV cuts volume completely, silence, and all of a sudden you just hear 3 very, very high frequency pitch beeps. So it's like beep, beep, and it's like really high frequency, and it's not like one of those things where it's like, oh, this is a warning. No, it was just like my TV went silent. It did very, very high frequency beeps like 3 times, and then just cut out the volume again and stayed like that for like 10 seconds, and we're just sitting there like not moving. And then all of a sudden we're just sitting there. And then the TV comes back on. Don't know what that was. Could have been nothing. Like I said, all these things are like circumstantial. They're just, you know, they're coincidences. They're whatever they are. But it was creepy. It was creepy. And stuff like that entertains me. Like, it interests me because I don't understand it. I'm very rational, so I always try and obviously rationalize these things. But, you know, I don't know. It was really weird. If I think of any more, I'll do a second video, maybe. This is already 18 minutes long. If you like this type of video or these types of videos where I talk about stuff or do stuff other than play Smite and Call of Duty and all that, you know, leave a comment or tell me, you know, what you like, what you don't like. And I think that's going to be about it. As always, this is Shadow at 16. I'm fully creeped out now, so I'm going to go, you know, play Smite or something. I'm just listening. You ever just like listen to a silent house? It's creepy. I'm just going to go. Okay, bye.